What's going on, everybody? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Bitcoin up towards 50K as we start the stream this morning. Hope you guys are having a fantastic morning. If you're watching the stream afterwards, hope you guys have a fantastic day and whenever you're watching the stream. As always, guys, things are looking good right now. Things are looking really freaking good. Bitcoin sitting at 50,136. We had Cardano break $3 last night. $3, right? We were talking about this little symmetrical triangle for Cardano. We have broken that to the upside and went as high as $3.10. Now getting a little pullback for Cardano, but Cardano looks really freaking good as well. Ethereum just kind of consolidating right at that Fibonacci level. Ethereum looking really freaking good. We're going to have a good stream today, talk about a couple of different things that are going on in the charts. And just kind of have a little watch party. I mean, that's what today is. I mean, like I said, guys, a lot of these coins are in price discovery right now. So it's one of those things that we're kind of just watching prices right now. This is the fun part of crypto, when we start getting into some of these price discoveries for some of these coins. And then it's really just watching them, and it's really just fun. And this is like the fun part of crypto. Now, Bitcoin's a little bit different, right? Bitcoin, we still have some resistances to break and things like that. But nevertheless, things are looking really good this morning. But what are you guys doing? Long time no see. I was here last night, my man. I was here last night. I'll be back every night from here on out. It was a good vacation for everyone that's joining this morning. Welcome back. Welcome back. What's up, Sleepy Trey? Pump song. We'll get the pump song going. We'll get the pump song going, guys. Guys, we will play the pump song for BTC. All right, we're going to play it for Cardano either way, because Cardano has broken $3. We're going to play it for Cardano when we get to it. But Bitcoin, if we can break this resistance right here. So I'm sort of watching for Bitcoin to start out the stream here. We're on the short-term time frames here, just to kind of get a little bit of what we're kind of looking at here in the short term. We're kind of making this little ascending triangle right here, and this is all the 15-minute. You guys know I don't love looking at the short-term time frames, but to get a little bit of a scope of what we're looking at the short-term time frames, you can see here we're getting resistance on the pretty much the same point on the top side, and then we're making higher lows on the way up, which is bullish, right? It means that the sellers are getting exhausted, right? The bears are trying to push the price down, and the bulls are coming in and saying nope, and just keep making higher lows. So this should break out by this afternoon. I'm going to assume that this is going to break out even sooner. Usually these patterns don't go until the completion date or the completion time. So we'll see if this does break out to the upside. Just for fun, we can take a look at the measure move target on this while we wait for it. Let's take the swing high to swing low. If this was to break out to the upside, this would probably put us right at near our golden pocket zone. Yeah, right at 51,000. Is that a coincidence? Probably not. We know we have our golden pocket up here at 51,000, which is our 0.618 fib from our swing high to our swing low. So 51,000, guys. That's the level to watch out for. That could be a little bit of a big resistance there. I wouldn't be surprised if we hit that and get a substantial, not a substantial pullback, but a substantial wick, and then a quick pullback. Or Bitcoin can do the unbelievable and just smash it. Who the frig knows? It's Bitcoin at the end of the day. That's kind of what I'm watching for here on the short-term time frames. Is this right here? Look at this. Got some good volume on these pumps here, which is really nice to see on the 15-minute, by the way. Now, the 4-hour looks awesome, man. We broke both of those trend lines we were looking at yesterday. We were talking about yesterday. Put that wig back on. I want to tear you a new one. What's up, man? It's not a wig. I promise I'm not bald. Trust me, if I was wearing a wig, guys, I would not have this little cove right here. I would have a lot better of a wig. Unfortunately, I got the cove. So that's how you know it's not a wig. Unless I'm just, fooling all you guys. The 4-hour looks even better, right? You can see right here, we smashed this. So we had this line coming up here, which was previous support once, twice, 3 times, and 4 times. And then we came back up and we flipped it as resistance right here, right? And what did we do last night? Well, we pumped and we smashed this previous support into resistance. We now smashed it, right? We now smashed it. And we also smashed this downward sloping resistance line, which we came up to once, twice, and this little wick here 3 times. And we also smashed that resistance line. So I think,
strap up, we're going to the moon.
That looks really freaking good for Bitcoin, at least on the 4-hour time frames. And now we're just sort of trying to break our previous high, right? Our previous high is right here at about, let's put this right here, right? Right there at about, it's a little bit higher on some exchanges. I think it's about 50,500 on most exchanges. But I'll leave it right there. It's about 50,500. That's the level we're looking at to break today for Bitcoin to continue higher, right? After that, like I said, there's really not much going on. Now, let's take a look at our fractal. You guys know we looked at this fractal before I went on vacation, and it was looking pretty juicy, guys. I'm not going to lie. On vacation, when we were having this little bit of a dip, I was like, oh, man. In order for this to have been validated for me, we'd have to break this previous low and make a lower low. We never did that. We actually just came back down and got sort of a double bottom here at 46.8. But you can see this was playing out pretty nicely up until that point. If we continued down here, that would have been the sign that, you know, most likely we're probably going to go a little bit lower. But Bitcoin, once again, does what it does and comes out and says, nope. And my grandma comes out and says, while I'm on vacation,
Jordan, how do I buy some Bitcoin?
And Bitcoin sort of just does the opposite of the fractal and pumps up to the upside. So that was friggin' awesome. So for now, right, we can get rid of this fractal and throw that in the trash. Let's take it and throw it in the damn trash. There we go. I love when I can throw the bearish fractals in the trash. That's always the best thing to do. Is Bob? No, Bob is not, dude. Bob is not, dude. Bob, trust me, Bob is still in his room crying after getting yelled at the plane. He was on the plane. Some old guy came up to him because he was crying the whole time because his ETH short got him wrecked. And some old guy started screaming in his face because he wouldn't stop crying on the plane. I think we've all been there. I understand the old guy's sentiment there, you know? Jordan, put that fractal a bit more to the right and it will be more accurate. I don't know, man. I don't know. It could. Really said, sup, man. Hope your vacation was great. P.S. No more vacations. Let's friggin' go. Now it's 57K. I remember when everyone was saying, "Oh, if Bitcoin gets it back above 40K, I'll be bullish." And now they raised the goalposts. Oh, if it gets it back above, I think what was the next level they were saying? All right, so this is how it kind of goes. Every time we move up, the goalpost is going to move higher and higher and higher. I remember everyone down here, oh, if we break this previous high at 41,000, I'm going to flip bullish. Did they?
Nope.
Oh, if we break above the 200-day SMA and confirm it as support, I'll flip bullish. Did they?
Nope.
Oh, if we break above the 20-week SMA and confirm it as support, I'll flip bullish. Did they?
Nope.
The goalpost just keeps getting raised higher. Now we've gotten closer to the golden pocket. I've heard people say, oh, if you break the golden pocket, 52,000, I'll flip bullish. Now all of a sudden they want to flip it and say, oh, if we break 57,000, we want to flip bullish. I don't friggin' know, man. What are you going to do? The goalposts just keep getting raised higher and higher and higher and higher. Now, the goalpost for me, as far as the bearish scenario, I won't flip that. My bearish level, you guys know, until Bitcoin breaks below, to me, right? This is to me. A lot of people can look at it a little bit differently. Until Bitcoin breaks below 37,000, I don't think it's the end of the world, right? I don't think it's the end of the world until Bitcoin breaks below about 37,000. To me, I could even see Bitcoin coming up here and doing something like this. Now, I know people don't want to see that. I know people are going to freak out if that does happen. It is what it is. But 37,000 is where I flip bearish there. But what are you going to do, guys? What are you going to do? If we break new all-time high, they'll flip bullish, then 100K. That's definitely facts, man. I've heard people say we break all-time high, we flip bullish. At that point, dude, you're missing out on... I just don't like the whole, if we break all-time highs, I'll flip bullish. I don't like that sentiment, man. I don't like that sentiment because you're missing out. And I'm not going to say FOMO in. If you didn't get in already, like I've always said, it's kind of a risky time to get in right now. That's what I've said countless times. It's a risky time to get in because we're right below, historically, a very, very important area for Bitcoin, which could propel us higher or could propel us lower, right? So it's kind of risky to buy right now. I'm always going to be honest with you guys. But if you already got in, perfect. You're good to go. I mean, you got your bags loaded. You're good to go. Whether it continues or it pulls back, you're good to go. Buying now is a little bit more risky. The only problem I have with waiting to all-time highs is you're missing out on crazy altcoin gains, man. I mean, you missed out on Cardano, which we're going to talk about in a second, going from $1 to $3.10 in a month. That's the issue with waiting to all-time highs, is you're missing out on these crazy altcoin gains. But hey, it is what it is. You're not going to be able to talk to the bears. They're going to do what they want to do. They want to be perma bears. That's fine. I'll sit here and continue to watch my portfolio do 2, 3, 4x. Seems like every month for the last year or so. So it is what it is. There's people that have been bearish since right here. I'm not going to name names, or I'm not going to throw shade. But you guys could probably guess who I'm talking about. There's people that have been bearish since right here. I'm not going to. Sometimes I'll throw shade. Today I'm not really in the mood to throw shade. I'm in a good mood, but there was people right here actually, in particular, calling for Bitcoin to go back down to 6K. Right? There was people calling for that. There's people who have been bearish all the way up here. I'm not going to name names. You guys probably know who I'm talking about. So just be careful, obviously, who you're listening to, including myself, right? I'm not always right. Probably 50-50, if anything, but I'm one of the people that doesn't claim to be right. I'm just a person that looks at the charts and likes to have fun, right? So, so on the daily, guys, the one thing I am worried about on the daily chart is this bearish divergence. If this does... Until we break this, I'm going to be a little bit skeptical of this kind of move up like this. A little skeptical. Should I max out? Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, man. But yeah, I'm going to be a little skeptical of this this price action here, man, because you continue making higher highs and you're making lower highs in the RSI. Like I've always said, is bearish divergence a huge indicator on a huge indicator on when Bitcoin's in a bull trend. When Bitcoin's in a bull trend, it likes to just smash these bearish divergences over and over and over again, right? But we've seen it countless times. If you look back in history, Bitcoin can be overbought with bearish divergence and still continue up. It's happened plenty of times. But I would like to smash this because this is something that the bears continuously talk about. And it's valid, right? It's valid. Until we break this trend line coming down, I think you can still look at this with some validity. I'm using big words now. Look at me. I'm growing up. But I want to see this smashed within the next couple days. Don't have to do it the next couple days, but eventually I want to see this trend line smashed here and eventually make a higher high on the RSI, which now would be all the way up here. So we have some room to work with here. But that's definitely something that I'm looking at. But other than that, guys, there's nothing bearish on the chart. I don't know what, like while I was on vacation, I was scrolling through Twitter. There was people that were bearish. I wasn't bearish the whole time. Personally, I just don't understand the bearish sentiment right here. It looks like just consolidation for me. And overall, you just continue to make higher lows the entire time. So I don't understand what the huge bearish sentiment there was besides the bearish divergence. There's nothing really bearish on this chart. I don't know. We're above all moving averages. We've now made a higher high on the daily, at least on a close basis. We'll see where we close today. For me, it's all about the closes. If we can close the daily above this previous daily high right here, that's going to be pretty bullish for me, right? It's all about that daily high close. We didn't do the pump music yet, man. We're waiting for Bitcoin to break this trend line up here, right? Or sorry, not the trend line, but the resistance line, right? 50,000, 215 approximately on a close, right? On a 15-minute close. Other than that, we're still just kind of consolidating, up, down, making higher lows, which is good. We'll see. Bitcoin's right at that support right now. So we could get a little bit of a dip here. I won't be surprised if we get a little bit of a dip, honestly, after a pretty substantial run since yesterday. You guys got to remember, we were sitting at one point yesterday, we were sitting in the 46Ks. We were actually sitting at 46.8. and now we're at 50,000 in a day. So remember what happened yesterday. If we do get a pullback today, I don't want you guys screaming bearish scenarios and stuff. I mean, it is what it is. But if Bitcoin can close above, 49.4 today and make a higher high on the daily close, that's extremely bullish for me. I don't really see anything bearish on the charts right now. I just don't. If I did, I would tell you guys, but it's just nothing there. As well on the weekly, right? The weekly looks good. I mean, MACD's bullish, right? MACD's bullish. Stock RSI is topped out, which is what you want on the weekly. You want that on the weekly time frame. You're topped out right here. Pretty much the whole bull run, we were topped out in the stock RSI. That's actually a good thing. And the daily looks like it's trying to flip back bullish, and the stock RSI is bottomed out, which conversely from the weekly, you want the stock RSI to be bottomed out on the daily. You can see last time we were bottomed out on the daily was this right here, okay? Was that right there, and the second to last time we were pretty much bottomed out was right here. So that's usually a pretty good sign, and we'll see if we did get that bullish cross. Let's see if we can get that next momentum to the upside, which could give us that sort of next run for us the upside. So yeah, I mean, the indicators look good too. The only thing is that daily bearish divergence. And if you want to say that Elliott waves, whatever, man. I mean, like I said, you can make anything into an Elliott wave, literally anything. So we'll leave it at that, man. We'll leave it at that. What's up, Rod? Hope you're doing good, man. We're going to zero. We could go to zero, guys. Like I said, I'll continue to say it, and I want you guys to remind you. This could still be a dead cat bounce. Like, I know you guys don't want to hear that from me. You want me to be a moon boy. Obviously, people like hearing what they want to think. I'm a moon boy, right? I want the price to go up. So obviously, I'm bullish. There's people that want the price to go down, so they're bearish, right? It's kind of, people kind of push the narrative that they want. But I like to be honest with you guys. This could still be a dead cat bounce at the end of the day. For me, it's this level right here. And I've continued to state that. Until we break this, there's always the possibility of Bitcoin coming back down. But I just want to state that. I just want to state that. This is the big area. We've been saying that for weeks now, that this could get rejected, and this could be the propel of the rest of the bull market, right? This is really the swing level right here, 51 and 52,000. That is really the swing level. So I always want to state that, right? I always want to state that. I know we want to be super bullish, which I am, right? I expect Bitcoin to go higher here. But I always want to state that. Always be prepared for Bitcoin to reverse at any point, just like it did down here, right? Just like it did down here. Always be prepared for the worst case scenario, and then you're not surprised when it comes, right? And you're not surprised when it comes. Weekly looks good again all of a sudden, right? A lot of people were looking, oh, the weekly looks toppish. The weekly looks toppish. It did. It did. And now we're getting sort of trying to get continuation to the upside. Bitcoin dumping right now, guys. Alright guys, I know I'm playing the dump music. It is what it is. We're getting a little bit of a correction here. It's not really anything crazy, guys. We're still sitting at 49.8. But at the end of the day, like I said, a pullback to maybe test some of these previous highs would make some sense, right? Would make some sense. So I would be surprised. Let's actually take our fibs here. Let's take our swing. Let's take from, we go back to the hourly chart. Let's take our fibs. Let's take from this swing low to this swing high. Yeah, so look at, we're right at our golden pocket right now. From this swing low to this swing high, right? So we're right at our golden pocket right now. I won't be surprised if this is the bounce area. If we break that, I'm just going to look left real quick. So the 786 has a lot of confluence too, right? That's that previous high here. If we can't hold the 618. But the 618 has a lot of confluence too. A lot of peaks at that 618 level too. So we'll see where we bounce. We probably bounce off the 786 or the 0.618 here. We'll see which one we bounce off of for BTC coming up here. Zero first. Yeah. I hate this dump song so much. It's worse than the actual dump. It is pretty bad. It is pretty bad. Let's go see what ETH is doing. So ETH is chilling right at that 786. Like we talked about how there's not much there on the daily, guys. Really not much there on the daily. Not much there on the daily for the candle bodies, right? There's really nothing. There's no support resistance until all the way up here at these daily highs up at like 4,100. There's really not much. The only thing that's keeping Ethereum down right now is this 786 fib level, right? And that's from the swing high to the swing low of the big dump back in May. You can see right here, we're getting pretty much a perfect rejection right at that level. So we were saying how this could be a potential pullback area for ETH, maybe even coming back down to retest the golden pocket. Will that happen? I don't know. You do have a little bit from the two Fibonacci levels. You do have some bearish divergence as well that could play out here. This is obviously assuming if Bitcoin dumps. If Bitcoin pumps here, ETH is going to continue up. And what's exciting about ETH, like we said, is we don't have any resistance, Fibonacci's resistance levels at all until 4,100. And after 4,100, it's all-time highs, right? It's all-time highs up at 4,400. So ETH could get pretty crazy pretty quick. If yesterday wasn't crazy enough for you, ETH could get even more crazy here. That's what's freaking exciting here. That's what's exciting. Kane with a super chat says, Crypto Savvy says he will turn bullish if Bitcoin goes above 57K. Not going to read that full thing, but he said, come on, guys, be nice. We can talk about people's charts. Do not talk about personal insults. That's not really nice, Con. Come on, guys. Seriously. If Bitcoin goes above 57K, yeah, I watch his videos just to sort of get a bearish perspective. I think he's looking at something like this. I don't know, man. It is what it is, but I think he's looking at this, right? Something like this. I don't know. As like, if it breaks above this, it's bullish. Something like this. So I forget. He has some trend line he's looking at. It seems kind of, I don't know. It seems a little, cherry picked, right? I forget what the exact trend line is. It's something like this. I don't know, man. To me, it seems a little cherry picked. I don't know, but it could play out. Like at the end of the day, he could be right. No one really knows what's going to happen, man. Like I said, I've been wrong before. Bearish people have been wrong before. Trust me, you can go back in time and find plenty of times where everyone's been wrong, right? So it is what it is. Johnny said, what should I max out of my girlfriend other credit card? You should max out a nice date, Johnny. A nice date with your girlfriend, man. And go from there. Maxing out her credit card probably is not a good idea, Johnny. But not financial advice, that's relationship advice. IR said, hard to focus on work this morning. Link is back over $30. Did I miss the pump music? Link is back over 30. Hey, we're playing the pump music for Link. Let's friggin' go, man. Let's friggin' go. Link back over $30. We've now, yesterday, we were talking about how much of a bullish Bitcoin dipping. Bitcoin, let's see if Bitcoin can hold the 786 here. See if we can bounce off that 786 fib. We broke the golden pocket zone. Broke the golden pocket zone on the hourly. So we'll see what Bitcoin does here. Looks like we're getting an initial bounce off the 786. Let's see if that holds, though, guys. Let's see if that holds. Let's see. And I don't want you guys, saying, "Oh man, Bitcoin's bearish." Remember where we are. Remember where we are yesterday. Okay. Look at the charts. Remember where we were yesterday? We were down at below 47K yesterday, and now we're sitting close to 50K, right? So remember where we were yesterday. If you get a little bit dump today, just remember that, you know, over the last 2 days, we did go up about 8%, which is pretty significant considering Bitcoin's market cap, right? So looks like we're getting a bounce off that 786. Let's see if we can get back above that golden pocket zone, or we get a rejection and continue down. But Link, guys, Link, we talked about how much of a bullish daily close we got yesterday. Look at that. Look at that green candle. No wick on the top. Just a continuation bullish candle, breaking the previous daily highs there on candle bodies. That's good. Now it looks like you got the wick back test. Look at this, dude. This is beautiful setup. So a bullish continuation. This is obviously assuming Bitcoin continues up. You got the bullish wick back test of the previous highs, and now you're getting continuation to the upside. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And Link, we talked about, guys, we don't really have any resistance to Link up until about 33 bucks, or the next fib level at the 0.5 fib. So Link could get pretty damn interesting here, pretty damn quick. So that's exciting for Link. Back to ETH though. ETH daily bearish divergence could play out if Bitcoin decides to dump here. So just be wary that a pullback for ETH would make some sense. You know, after a pretty substantial last 2 days, ETH last 2 days went up about 20%, right? Nothing goes up in a straight line, so if we get a pullback, that wouldn't be surprising. Like I said, for the bigger cap alts and Bitcoin. So a pullback, an area that would make some sense is the golden pocket zone. I mean, there's really not much in between here. We have this level, which I don't think is really anything significant. We didn't even blink at that level. So we really have nothing between where we are now and about 34, really down here. It's really down here at about 3,350. So a back test of there would make some sense if Bitcoin dips. If Bitcoin doesn't dip and just continues up, you can completely forget about that. But in the short-term time frames, I guess you're not really doing much. I mean, you're just kind of consolidating right at that 0.786 Fibonacci level. I mean, you went up above it, came back down, went back above it, came back down. Sort of just consolidating right below it. So we'll see what ETH does. I think ETH, like on the shorter-term time frames, maybe be forming. You know, you're making higher lows as of now, and sort of have a straight line of resistance. So maybe some type of, you know, eventual ascending triangle pattern here could form and push you up to the upside. But like I said, depends on what Bitcoin does here. You know, I know something that goes up in a straight line. Facts. Please give target for VET. We'll do that in a second. Let me go hop on over to ADA real quick. So ADA, we know, broke above $3, getting a pullback today. Why? Well, Bitcoin's getting a pullback, right? So when Bitcoin gets a pullback, you're going to see it from ADA. Big wick on ADA, but still a nice breakout of the little triangle we're looking at. You can see as soon as we broke that triangle, we got a nice impulse to the upside. Now we're pulling back. So this would make some sense for ADA, right? We come back down. There's a couple areas of support you'd be looking at for Cardano, for all you Cardano fans out there. I think everyone owns Cardano. Let's do a poll real quick, guys. Let's do a freaking poll. Do you own ADA? Yes or no? Very, very simple poll. Do you own ADA? Yes or no? Put it in the chat. So the first bounce area would be the previous highs here for Cardano at about 295. We're pretty much right there. Looks like we just wicked to that area and are trying to bounce. The other area would just be to come back down and test this trend line and then get a bounce. I think that's what makes the most sense for Cardano. Assuming that Bitcoin bounces, looks like Bitcoin trying to get back above that golden pocket zone right now after bouncing off that 786. If we get back above that golden pocket, I think it's likely this just turns into a wick here. But we got to get back above this area. We're sort of struggling right now. We're kind of coming back down to the 786, coming back down to the 618. We're kind of just oscillating in this area, deciding on which direction we want to go here. So we'll see what happens there for BTC. I'm pretty sure, like, I haven't really seen anyone that doesn't own ADA. Even like the ETH people like me, right? I still own ADA. Significant amount of ADA, actually. It's actually a pretty big percentage of my portfolio now. It's hard not for it to be, right? Considering how much it's went up. It used to be about 5%, and then it was about 10%. Now it's probably, I mean, it's probably closer to like, not 15%, but it's pretty damn close. Probably 13, 14% of my portfolio. It just continues to grow, right? And I'm cool with it. If it continues to grow in my portfolio, that means it's performing pretty well. 60% of my portfolio is in ADA. Nice, man. Nice, dude. Slowly but surely, my Bitcoin percentages continue to go down as Cardano, Ethereum, really all the other coins. VeChain's starting to pop now. But yeah, so ADA, guys, what we're talking about, back test of that trend line and a bounce. If you switch back over to the daily, you know, if that does play out, that little bounce on the smaller term time frames, I think a move. You guys know our next Fibonacci level, the 1.618 fib. We were talking about how it seems so far away, yet it's so close now. Is at 338. A lot of people were down here. Cardano's not going to 338. This is a dead cat bounce. Cardano's not going to 338. Well, we just got to 310 pretty damn easily. So 338, you might seem like pretty far from now, but I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin, you know, can break out of the 50K range. I wouldn't be surprised to see Cardano up at 338 within the next couple of days, assuming Bitcoin continues up. I would not be surprised at all to see that here. That's what's coming next. That's what's coming next. Last I looked, ADA was 22%. Nice, dude. Only noobs moaning about a little dip. Yeah, what are you going to do, man? What are you going to do? It only looks like a dip on the 1 hour. If you go to the 4 hour chart, it looks like a little bit of nothing burger. Okay, and if you go on the daily chart, oh, look, a green daily candle. And we're having a dip. Holy moly. We are bearish right now.
Everybody panic, we're going to zero. Everybody panic, we're going to zero.
We are bearish AF right now. Bearish AF. Look at this green candle. It's so bearish. The weekly's starting to look pretty good, though. If we can get the bullish engulfing on the weekly, that's going to be nice. That's going to be nice. What's today? Thursday. We got Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We got 3 days to see if we can make this into a bullish engulfing or not. That's going to be really, really freaking nice if we can get a bullish engulfing here on the weekly. YouTube chat equals great financial advice. That's facts. That's facts. The guy who made Litecoin doesn't even own the coin. That's so true, man. That's literally so true. Maurice said, best or safest crypto to dump 1K in right now. So, dude, when the crypto market is bullish, like it's all about, most coins are going to go up in value, right? Most coins are going to go up in value. Like 99% of coins are going to go up in value when Bitcoin is bullish. Let's be honest. That's how it is, right? It's not rocket science to know that every coin's going to go up in value if Bitcoin goes up. I think that's pretty obvious. It's all about opportunity cost. So which coins you think are going to go up the most, with also keeping in mind if you are a hodler. This doesn't matter if you're not a hodler. If you're a short-term investor, I wouldn't really worry about which assets are safe. But if you're a long-term hodler, like myself, I have sell levels that I want to wait to hit, and it could take me, like I said, a couple months, could take me a couple years. I won't sell until I hit those price targets. If you're a long-term hodler, you want to also take into account, maybe some safeness in your portfolio, right? So it depends if you're a short-term or a long-term investor. If you're a short-term investor, I'd probably look at coins that haven't really pumped yet, right? So it seems like the kind of the theme here is the coins that sort of lag behind. It's like everyone starts saying, "Oh, this coin's dead. This coin's dead." Like Cardano and Solana were pumping, right? And then before I went on vacation, everyone's saying, "Oh, Ethereum's dead. Ethereum's dead. Ethereum's dead." And then I come back and Ethereum goes up 20% in 2 days, right? So look for the coins that everyone's saying aren't moving right now. I think those are sort of the coins that historically, over the course of the last couple of weeks, are the ones that get that next big impulse to the upside. I think most of them have already pumped though. Like Solana's already pumped, Cardano, Ethereum, Bitcoin. See, most of these coins already had their pump. So Doge is interesting, right? And you guys know I'm not a big proponent of meme coins, but at the end of the day, I don't consider Doge in the same category. And XRP is an interesting one too. But, you know, obviously you guys know my top coins. I'm a long-term investor. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Chainlink, VeChain, Theta, and a multitude of other smaller cap altcoins that I'm not going to go over now. But, you know, I like to invest in coins that I think will be here in 4 years. I can't say the same about a lot of these other projects. Who knows what's going to be here and what's not going to be here. Litecoin. I'm not a big Litecoin fan. I don't want to offend everyone that's a Litecoin fan. I'm just not a big Litecoin fan. I mean, just not going to say it can't go up. I just think that I think your money is better invested elsewhere. You know, both for the short term and long term, right? You're going to make short term gains at Litecoin for sure, but it doesn't. It depends. It depends on your strategy, right? Depends on your strategy. If you're a short term investor, you should not care anything about safeness. Because you're a short-term investor, you're investing for short-term gains, so you're not expecting the price to go down. If you're a long-term investor, you got to take into account, you know, possible volatility in downwards price action, right? So it depends on what you're going for. I'm not a big fan of Litecoin though. I just don't see the case for Litecoin. I think a lot of people would agree with me. I just don't understand Litecoin. Litecoin, let's bring up real quick, because I get a lot of questions about Litecoin. I don't want to crap on Litecoin, because it's still going to go up in value. But look at, if you can't outperform Bitcoin, what's the point of being in an altcoin, right? Because the point of altcoins is to give you higher percentage gains against Bitcoin without the same, you know, safeness, because altcoins dump historically, you know, based on the last cycle, pretty significantly in bear markets. Look at Litecoin against Bitcoin, right? This should not happen, right? You should gain against Bitcoin. Look at Litecoin since the beginning of this bull market, okay? Let's just look from March of 2020, okay? March of 2020, you were right here. Litecoin has lost value against Bitcoin. That should never happen for an altcoin, okay? So there's 0 point in being in Litecoin if this is the case. And this chart doesn't look like this is going to reverse to me. It just doesn't look like a reversal to me whatsoever. Looks like you're looking to a continuation down. Yeah, this should not what be an altcoin chart should be look like. An altcoin against Bitcoin chart should be, you know, over the course of history, going up, you know, not down. I just don't. To me, it just doesn't make sense to own Litecoin when you could just be in Bitcoin and have the same a relatively higher safeness from that, right? EOS about to break out. Yeah, there's probably a lot of coins that are breaking out. Just to kind of give you an example what I mean, like, you know, just for example, like ETH Bitcoin, right? This is what you want an altcoin chart to look like. You want an altcoin chart to look like this, historically outgaining Bitcoin, right? By a pretty significant margin. Litecoin's the opposite. Litecoin's the opposite. So, while you look at the Ethereum chart, it makes sense to own Ethereum over Bitcoin. You can't say the same about, say, Litecoin, and you can look at a bunch of different, you know, a bunch of different things. It's not enough people look at the Bitcoin chart, because if your altcoin's not outperforming Bitcoin, it just doesn't make sense to own it. You know what I mean? And like, look at ADA against Bitcoin, look at Ethereum against Bitcoin. This is what you want altcoin charts to look like, not the opposite. Look at Sol versus Bitcoin. I don't even want to look at Sol versus Bitcoin. Sol versus Bitcoin, that's ADA versus Bitcoin. Sol versus Bitcoin. Yeah, so this is what you want it to look like. Historically outgaining. So Bitcoin's kind of just chilling at 49.6, kind of right in between the 786 and the 0.618 at the moment. Kind of what we're doing. Audio. Yeah. So a lot of these coins are just chilling now. What I want to look at, guys, is the total 2 market cap. Actually, right when I was about to start the stream, we were sitting right at that 786 fib, right there. You can see that. You can see that. It's crazy how this stuff works, man. Every single time it blows my mind. So not only in specific assets and coins does the Fibonacci's work, but also in the total class. You can see right here we had a significant uptrend until we hit that 786, and we have 2 daily candles in a row which wicked above the 786 but cannot hold it, right? So right when I started the stream, it was like we were right at that line right there, right at that 786. It's given us a little bit of resistance now, right? Just like the 618 was kind of annoying for a little bit. So this could be a potential area for a cooldown for some altcoins, and I know people don't want to hear that, but you know, it could be. It doesn't have to be a long cooldown. It could be like this 0.5 where we have 1 day of a pullback and then continue. You know, or it could be like this 236 where we had a pretty nice pullback before continuing. This historically, these are pretty decent pullback areas. So always watch this, especially on the total 2. Total 2 has been a very, very good indicator for future price action. If we can break that 786, we're going to continue to look extremely bullish. But right now, we're getting a little rejection off of it. It was pretty exciting when we started the stream, though. We were right here. If this breaks, dude, look out. Look out especially for altcoins. Look out. And then the total market cap. Perfect wick off the 786 just yesterday. So very, very key areas hitting on both the 786, on both the total market cap and the total 2 market cap. I'm going to start looking at this very, very closely. I've always been looking at this very, very closely. I've been looking at this for months. You're starting to see more people look at it, which is good. We've been looking at this since this consolidation in here and the significance of the total and total 2 market caps, both at very, very important levels, which would make some sense, have a potential pullback, maybe retest some previous areas. Not going to say it's going to happen, but, you know, historically, makes some sense. All right, man. Can you stop? Let's not spam Thorchain Rune, please. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. I don't know if everyone wants to see that. Where's Bob? Bro, stop calling pullbacks. We need Lambos. Yeah, man. I'm not calling pullbacks. Like I said, I don't call pullbacks on crypto when we're in a serious uptrend. It doesn't make sense to call pullbacks. I just look at potential areas for pullbacks, right? So I'm not calling a pullback because calling a pullback right now is sort of a losing strategy, right? It's sort of a losing strategy. It's just that this area would make some sense for a pullback, right? But I'm not in the position to call a pullback. I think, like I said, guys, trying to call a pullback is like trying to short Bitcoin or any crypto in an uptrend. It just doesn't make any sense to do it. Doesn't make any sense. Look at some other coins. VeChain. VeChain's starting to get some upwards movement here. Finally, man. Finally, VeChain starting to look good. VeChain, right as of right now, is making a higher high in the daily, right? I want to break this high and this high. So I'm actually going to move this up slightly here. But it's right at this 382 fib level where you have this high and you also have this high. We're right at that right now. If VeChain breaks this, you're going to get a nice move up to about 16.6 cents. VeChain's right there, though. It's getting exciting for VeChain, too. VeChain is right freaking there. Yeah, I mean, VeChain's been kind of a sleeper, right? VeChain's went from about 5 cents up to almost 15 cents, almost a 3x for VeChain. A lot of people haven't really talked about it, but it's actually been performing pretty well here since it bottomed out. It had a pretty significant pullback, probably because of all the China stuff that was going on. But yeah, VeChain looks good. 16.6 cents if it can break this previous high on a daily close. That's what we're watching tonight. That's what we're watching tonight. You got a significant wick above it, but can you close above this high and this high? Beautiful. And all the altcoins are doing similar structures right here. Perfect bounce off that daily EMA ribbon too. Boom, boom, bounce. Looks good. Also a cup and handle, right? So many altcoins are making this cup and handles, which is so bullish, guys. This is freaking bullish. I mean, perfect round out, perfect handle off the daily EMA ribbon. It just looks so good. You know, from swing low to swing high, and we extrapolate that up. Let's see what that gives us here. That could, look at that. Right, a perfect measured move up to that 786 fib at about 23 cents. This could get pretty freaky. This could get pretty freaking freaky. I'm going to have to go see Ethereum after the stream here. Giant cup and handle, dude. Giant cup and handle. Drew said, thank you, Jordan. So glad you're back. Thank you, Drew. Appreciate you being back, man. Drew's one of my homies in here. Definitely one of my homies. Rodney said, since you're negative Nancy this morning, go ahead and talk about the September dumps. Oh, don't get me started about the September dumps. I'm actually going to talk about that tonight, Rodney. I'm going to bring up just to sort of prove this whole, oh, September is usually a bearish month, which is true, right? September is usually a bearish month. You cannot deny that fact. But we're going to look at how looking at particular months as bad months or good months is sort of a losing strategy for crypto as well, right? We're going to look at that more tonight, but I don't believe in this whole September is usually a bearish month for Bitcoin. It is, but I don't think it necessarily has to play out that way. And I'm not going to say September can't be a bearish month. Like I said, we're at a level for potential pullbacks, even though I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think we're going to see a significant pullback, but we're at a level that could be. Even though September could be a bearish month, I don't think it will be. I don't think it will be, personally. I'm going to look at that tonight. But I want to save that for tonight because that's I've heard so many people talk about that, and I'm a devil's advocate, right? I like to prove people's theories and look at the other side of the view, right? So just like people always say, Sunday is usually a red day. Sunday dumps. We prove that wrong by basically looking at the past and seeing that actually most Sundays are green. I'm gonna look at September's being usually red, which is true, and see that how it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. September is a bear month all the time, half the time. Facts. We'll look at that tonight, though. Thank you, Rodney. Though that's a significant super chat, man. I appreciate that very much. Thank you for always being here. Rodney is a homie as well, as long as everyone else. Everyone's a homie, man. Rodney's always here though. Rodney's a homie though. Just probability out of statistics. Yeah. What's up? Wake up, Weverly. Jordan's vacations are dump time. For some coins, right? Some coins actually perform extremely well while I was gone. Dude, Solana just keeps going, by the way, guys. I know you guys love Solana. I know there's a lot of Solana fans in here. I know Ecoms is a very, very, very... Ecoms loves Solana. I know that. I know a lot of people that love Solana. A lot of people have jumped on the Solana hype train. I didn't jump on the Solana hype train, right? You guys know down here, I was contemplating buying this dip. I didn't. I'm not the type of person that's going to be... I was joking about being salty about it before. I really don't care. I really don't. But yeah, I was thinking about buying this dip. Congrats to all the homies that read this out, though. I mean, that's insane. That's literally insane. All the dudes that wrote this out. Now, you do have, just like ETH, just like Cardano, just like all these coins, you do have significant bearish divergence, but will it play out? This is another example of how bearish divergence, you can have it all day, but when crypto is super bullish, it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't. I don't like to burst all the TA people's bubbles, but when crypto's bullish, it's bullish. It's just going to continue up. Now, you've hit the 1.618, you got an initial pullback. The 2.618, you've got a pullback. You can see how these fib levels are playing out pretty well. Now, if we break our next fib, which is the 2.618, which was at 120 or 121. You can see the next one is at the 3.618, which is up here at about 158. So Solana could see 158 pretty significantly quick. I know it seems crazy. But it could go up there. It could go up there. And this is obviously assuming that Bitcoin continues up. If Bitcoin doesn't continue up, Solana probably won't either. But Solana just keeps killing it, man. Keeps killing it. Boom, 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 boom. That $22. Look at ADA now. Yeah, I mean, ADA's crazy too. ADA's at 292. And it's doing fine, man. I mean, it hit a very, very big psychological resistance at $3. Solana usually at these psychological levels has a little bit of resistance. You know, $1 was not really resistance; it was actually support, and then $2 was actually support. Actually, Cardano likes to make these psychological resistances or psychological levels support instead of resistance, which is interesting. You know, 250, 2, 150, 1. The 50-cent intervals seem to be pretty annoying for Cardano. Now, you know, $3 is being a little bit of resistance. That's fine. That's fine. I mean, you zoom in here. I mean, you're still making higher lows. Let's see if you come back down and just bounce, right? So this previous high wasn't support as of now. Let's see if the triangle, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's actually get rid of this. Let's see if this can be support now, right? This downtrend of resistance. Let's see if you flip that into support and continue up. Bitcoin actually broke those fib levels as we speak. So let's see. Let's get a bigger fib going here. Let's take this swing low to this swing high. And it looks like initially, at least right now, we have broken the 236. Right, so you got the 382 coming up pretty shortly here. What's up, Carrot? Neely said, Mr. Jordan, hope you had a great vacation. I missed you more. What's going on, guys? And gals. Can't forget the gals in here, too. Big Moose. Wow. That is what a name, Big Moose. Holy crap. Imagine investing your first $1,200 stimulus check into ADA last year. 100,000 plus today. Jake.
Strap up, we're going to the moon. Strap up, we're going to the moon.
Good times, man. Rodney said, I honestly don't care what it does. If it dumps, I get a few more BTC coins. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I think most people are ready for it to continue up. I mean, if you were down, I really don't care where Bitcoin does go short term. I mean, it's a win-win. It's a win-win. Either you're making money faster, or if it goes down, you're investing money to make more money in the future. So either way, it doesn't really matter. Obviously, at this point, I would probably rather go up than down. But to me, it really doesn't matter in the long-term scheme of things. It just depends on, you know, do you want to make money now or do you want to make more money later? It's always a question of what in life, right? Do you want to make half the money now, or do you want it to go down now, accumulate more, and make double the money later? Interesting question, right? What do you guys think in the chat? Would you rather make half the money now or double the money in, I don't know, we'll say a year? That's an interesting question to ask. So do you own ADA? 66% of people said yes. 34% of people said no. It's actually lower than I expected. I actually expected more people to like ADA. I did. Rodney with another. Wow, Rodney, that's insane, man. That's absolutely insane. I honestly don't care what it does. If it dumps, I got. Rodney, that's crazy, man. Appreciate the support, dude. You're always here. Like I said, appreciate you hanging out and hanging out with us, man. I mean, what we're doing. What time is it? 11:10. 11:10. I'm not getting off right now. No freaking way, guys. We can hit up those likes. Let's get up to Let's get up to 300 likes. 300 likes. A little bit of slow morning here for crypto. Slow morning here for crypto. We got to get back on that YouTube algorithm after being off for a week. You know, got to get back on that YouTube algorithm. So if you hit up those likes for me, appreciate it. All right, so Bitcoin trying to make sort of a double bottom here. Trying to make some type of double bottom. Now, if we can bounce, you know, boom, boom, and continuation. Now, what I wouldn't like here, obviously, is, you know, possible head and shoulders if you do bounce and you can't break this previous left shoulder. So we'll watch that. But if Bitcoin can make a nice double bottom, I think that would be pretty nice. I like money. You like money too. Double down. I want to pump it so we can Vegas it up. Facts. I'm ready for Vegas. I think everyone's ready for Vegas. I really do. I really do. Oh yeah, so look at ADA, man. Look at ADA. As of right now, nice bounce off that trend line. Nice, dude. Nice bounce off that trend line. Let's see if that continues. ETH, nice bounce off this trend line here. So everything's kind of bouncing where we expect it to. Sort of except Bitcoin, right? Sort of except Bitcoin at the moment. Double top. Yeah, a little bit of a double top here too, for sure. What's up, Chris? Yeah, it definitely helps, man. Retest. Can we look at DOT? Yeah, you got it, Steven. Appreciate you joining the stream and hanging out. DOT sitting at 31.61. So DOT has a couple of significant areas, right? So looks like we didn't quite hit that golden pocket. You know, we tried. This actually could be slightly off because just looking at it, I mean, let me actually adjust this. I think you're probably looking at something more like this. Is that the 0.5 fib was hit here, 0.618. IR. I went absolutely ham on my wife last night. Okay? If you weren't happy with ETH yesterday, I got back from vacation, got off the plane, and I went absolutely ham. All right? So enjoy yesterday. She's taking a little bit of a break right now. She's taking a little bit of a break. She's still sleeping. That's how tired she is right now. All right? So bear that in mind. Bear that in mind. Get it? Bear it in mind. But yeah, DOT, like, hit your 0.5 fib, hit your 0.618 fib. Probably get a slight pullback here. Now, the pullback areas I'll be looking for is obviously first, this previous high right here, which you're trying to hold right now. If you break that, then it's your previous high from over here, and also the 0.5 Fibonacci level. So as far as pullbacks go, you know, 29, 32, 31, 41 is what I'd be looking at. So you're at the first one already. Let's see if that holds. If not, right here. And then you just got to break the golden pocket zone, which is the previous high up to about 35 bucks for DOT. And then after that, you really don't have much until the 786, which is all the way up at 40 bucks. So DOT looks pretty good too. Looks pretty good. Clapping those ETH cheeks. ETH can get it. ETH can get it, man. Might be the last chance to buy sub $3 ADA and sub 4,000 ETH. Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. Now, it's interesting conversation. Like, where does... I think we'll see, you know, I think we'll see a sub $3 ETH again at some point. A sub 4,000 ETH, depending on where it goes, you know, it might be an interesting conversation. But I think, you know, in a potential bear market, I could see a $3 ETH coming again. You know, I actually think this was the base. So we've been consolidating here. I think this is actually the base, and we'll be sort of, this is obviously a theory, but, you know, potentially, you know, how high we go here. I think the base that we built for not only Cardano, but Bitcoin, Ethereum, all these bases that we built in the last 3 months, I think will be the bottom of the next bear market. Sounds weird, right? Sounds interesting. But say, like, for example, if like Bitcoin goes to 100, 150K, somewhere in that range, right? And we come back down, I could see like 30 to 40K being the bottom of the bear market again, right? You know, and I think that sort of supports a lot of the theories that people have, you know, where we kind of go up here and then we come back down and this is the bottom of the bear market, right? Something like that. But who knows? Who knows? It's obviously pure speculation. Interesting conversation to have. We'll have it when we get there. Yeah, it's going to be exciting to see what happens the rest of this year, man. I'm excited for it. It's already September. This year has flown by. I feel like it was February last month, and it's freaking September. It's freaking September. It's insane. So we're coming up on the end of the year. Could be an explosive year, one way or the other. We'll find out what happens next. TA, are you going ham next year? Yeah, definitely could see that. She take the pickle. How high do you think ADA will get this month? Get this month? Depends on what Bitcoin does. Depends on what Bitcoin does. If we're looking at, you know, a Bitcoin price of being close to all times, say if Bitcoin gets up to like 65K by the end of this month, right? Just for example, I would probably see Cardano being, man, if Bitcoin goes up another 15-20%, I could see Cardano being near $4 by the end of this month. Maybe even up here at the 2. It sounds crazy. It sounds crazy now. But if Bitcoin can get back up to 65K, you know, a $4 to $5 Cardano at the end of this month would not surprise me at all. Sounds crazy now. But also, you know, a $3 Cardano a month ago sounded pretty crazy too, right? So nothing really sounds crazy, I guess. But a $4 to $5 Cardano would not surprise me in the least bit if Bitcoin's near its all-time highs. Now, if Bitcoin has a dip this month, Bitcoin's, you know, sitting in the low 40Ks, you know, sort of consolidating there, I'll probably see Cardano staying in somewhat the same range, you know, probably between, you know, $2 and $3 if Bitcoin does dip here. But who knows? Like, no one really, it all depends on what Bitcoin does. It's a sad fact of crypto. Eventually, hopefully, we can get out of this sort of rut. And not rut, but sort of, you know, this sort of uncorrelated everything, which I think ETH is on its way to doing. I think ETH is on its way up eventually. I mean, ETH against Bitcoin has been on an uptrend, you know, since the beginning of time. But I think ETH will be that first one, maybe to uncorrelate at some point. Not right now, but how do you think ADA will go up? But thank you for the super chat, Peter. Thank you, super chat, Peter, and also IR. IR is the homie in here too. IR, dude, you got to straighten out your wife. You're not really into watching her go down. I am. I'll tell you that. I am definitely interested in that. All right, Bitcoin trying to bounce here. Let's see what Bitcoin can do here. I want to get back over this previous high right here, 49.7, and sort of just watch continue up. Vegas for Halloween. What is it? 9.2. Vegas for Halloween could be interesting. That could be an interesting take. I could get around that. We got to give people enough time to be able to plan, though. Like saying Vegas for Halloween, how they wouldn't give enough people time, right? And I think Vegas in sort of closer to the winter would be a little better, so it's not 100 friggin' degrees out. So maybe in like November or December, especially that would give crypto time to go absolutely nuts. We'll start looking into it. We got to get a group vote going on when's the best time to go, because everyone needs to kind of plan around it. So, yeah. $3 ETH? No, not $3 ETH. $3 ADA. $3 ADA. Yeah, guys. So we got, it just makes sense for all the charts. And this is how like all the charts are so connected in a way. Like look at the perfect bounce off ADA. So ADA got a perfect bounce off this trend line, right? Look at ETH. ETH perfect bounce off this trend line, okay? And then Bitcoin, right? Just kind of a perfect little double bottom off this previous bottom. So all very, very correlated there. Let's see if Bitcoin can continue this. We got what? We got a long time into the next 4-hour candle, but looks good. Looks good. Cardano bouncing there pretty nicely. 295. All very, very nice. The longer Bitcoin breaks the face 50K, the longer support. Yes. Yes. And to be perfectly fair, I would be fine with Bitcoin just continuing sideways here. You might be saying, Jordan, why would you be fine with Bitcoin continuing sideways? Have you seen what the altcoins have been doing? Right? So if Bitcoin can just stay in this range between like 48 and 52,000, I would be fine with that, because that means altcoins are going to keep going nuts. In theory, right? In theory. I'd be fine with that. You know? Letting all these altcoins hit all-time highs and then having Bitcoin go would be great. Would be absolutely great. I'm cool with these altcoin gains, personally. Now, obviously, I would prefer to Bitcoin to go up. That would be pretty nice. But you know, Bitcoin, I mean, altcoins have been performing very well with Bitcoin just going sideways. It's actually kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. What do you guys think this weekly is going to look like? I think this weekly is going to be nuts. Okay? It doesn't look like it right now, but I think this is just going to be a nice continuation. Sort of resetting the weekly. We had 5 green weeks in a row, sort of resetting that with a red week. And just a continuation up. I think this week could potentially be a very, very crazy week. I do. Or the rest of the week, I should say. When is 12-hour stream? I'm planning on Saturday, assuming that nothing comes up. I'll be doing it Saturday. If something comes up, obviously we'll change it to a different day. But as of right now, Saturday is the day for a 12-hour stream. So what I'd probably be doing in that case is we'll figure it out. Maybe doing from like 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., something like that would probably make the most sense for Saturday. But we'll play it by ear. 52K by Sunday, prepping my market buys now. Nice, dude. That's a good sign there. Can you look at the chart for Bezos? I don't know what that is, man. What the heck is Bezos? Yeah, it's not on TradingView, man. And it sounds like I'm not gonna say it sounds like a meme coin, but it does. It sounds like a meme coin. Bezos Earth, bro. What is this, man?
Nope.
Come on, dude. Bro. Huh. This thing got wrecked. I'm not even gonna look at this, man. I can tell. Dude. Bezos. What the heck is that, man? That thing got destroyed. That's what meme coins will do to you, man. That's what meme coins will do. That's all fun and games until they go down 99%. 99% on that thing. All right, anything else I really want to touch on today? We really touched on most things. Like, it's this total 2 market cap. Guys, this gets my gymborees going. We break this, it's going to get insane. It's going to get insane for altcoins. And same thing for total market cap. We break the 786 on total market cap, which we're getting there. We're right there. Could happen today, honestly. You're going to need a pretty decent green candle here, but it could happen today, depending on what Bitcoin does. But yeah, I mean, you're gonna have some serious fireworks if this 786 breaks too, because that's the last fibs, guys. That's the last fibs of the total and total 2 market cap is these 786 levels, and then you have nothing coming. We bought Bezos, you deserve the loss. I don't know, Brian. I have no idea, dude. Bezos. Gymboree, Matic, and GRP. We'll quickly look at a few alts, then we'll hop off. Link sitting at $30. We went over Link already. Matic's been chilling, right? Yeah, Matic hasn't really been doing much. We talked about the possibility of a head and shoulders. It's still there, right? I don't want to say it's going to happen, right? If Bitcoin continues up and Matic can break these previous highs here, I think Matic's going to go, because Matic's been one of those coins we talked about earlier. The coins that haven't been doing much, right, are the coins that are probably going to be the next ones to explode. I won't be surprised to see Matic, as long as Bitcoin holds up, as always. I'll be surprised to see Matic, if it can break this previous high too at like 170. I'd be surprised to have this quick move up to its next daily resistance at like $2.20. I'll be surprised. Call me crazy here now, but I'd be surprised to see a quick move there from Matic, especially since it's been lagging behind the market a little bit. Now, the one thing we're watching for is this head and shoulders. If we get a dip here, we break 130. Could see a little bit lower, but like I said, we're in a bullish trend. So bullish trend's your friend until the end, as they would say. So we shall see what happens there for Matic. Hex. The Hex hodlers love Hex. I understand. I mean, Hex has been performing pretty well. You know, look at it real quick. And dude, look at Hex, man. It's actually been going nuts. Congrats to all the Hex holders out there. You know, I hope you're taking profits on this. You know what I mean? I don't... You know, I'm not going to say this can't continue up, which it certainly could, but I don't really... a lot of people are skeptical about Hex. I mean, obviously, do your own research, do what you want to do, but that's definitely going. It's definitely going. Look at FTT from Salim. I got you FTT. It's not as good as saying BTT. BTT. Holy moly. I got you, man. Holy moly. So FTT has broken its previous high as well. So FTT is about to go. FTT is about to go. And all we really have to look at now you do have some bearish div, but if you continue up, it's not going to matter. Like we've said for multiple altcoins. You know, your next target here for FTT is all the way up here at about 87 bucks. Or what did I say? Yeah, about 88 bucks is the 1.618 Fibonacci. So you can see that pretty quick here, assuming Bitcoin doesn't dump. If Bitcoin dumps, then you're done. But you broke that previous high. You're now in price discovery for FTT. That's what you want to see. Price discovery for the win. 87.68 could be coming next for FTT, assuming Bitcoin doesn't dump. Right? Crypto Island on CG, Amber Ross and Rich the Kid. Interesting. Crypto Island. Would like that girthy candle. Oh, she would. She would. Look at that weekly girthy candle on this guy, too. That's girthy, man. That's really girthy. Don't want to hold bags, eggs. Don't want to hold bags. That's awesome, though. That's freaking awesome. All right. See, XRP trying to make some moves here. Not really moving just yet, but we can actually go to the daily on this guy. Yeah, so XRP is trying to make some headway here. You just gotta break 128. 128 on a daily close. And then you should be seeing a move up to that golden pocket, 140, 145. XRP is another one of those coins that, you know, hasn't had that significant run, the second wave, right? So you see like coins at the one wave and then sort of consolidated, went for a second one. I could see XRP being that next one that sort of boosts up here, at least up to 140, 145. If it can have, you know, if it can break 128, I could see XRP having a nice move up to 140, 145, and then up to like 167. XRP is next. I've been saying that since yesterday. I've only been back since yesterday, but XRP is due for another run up as well. Would be surprised to see it within the next couple days. Really wouldn't. DCS, XRP been trying to move since 2017, 2018. Facts. Definitely true. Definitely true. XRP is another one where if you look at the XRP BTC pair, Not one historically. I mean, historically, it looks like it's due, right? Just based off, you know, where you've kind of went to in the past, but historically hasn't, since 2017, has not been good against Bitcoin. It doesn't make sense to hold XRP against Bitcoin, right? You've been better off holding Bitcoin since 2017. I'm not going to say that can't change, right? Because it is, we used to look at this a lot. It is due for another significant run up, but you know, how long can it be due for, right? It did hit that 1, 2, 3. Every time it hits this trend line, it does get a significant run up. But when is it coming, right? When is it coming? But it's another one that's been on a downtrend since then. But like I said, could be due for another run. What's up, Billy? I want to be a long hodler for crypto because my profits basically will all be going to my grandkids. I have 15K in Bitcoin and 25K in ETH. So basically, I've been dollar cost averaging the whole time. Best way to hold during correction after bull run. Best way to hold. So Billy, it depends on your strategy, man. My personal strategy is never, I'm personally always going to be holding 30% of my crypto portfolio. So on the way up here, I'm not selling 30%. I do have targets where I'll be taking profits, but those targets are simply to take profits and invest in other things, invest in real estate, and also keep a significant bag on the side to buy the next bear market if it does come. If it does come, and if it doesn't come, that's why I'm always holding 30% of my portfolio. I'm never selling 30% of my portfolio in case we do get, you know, a sustained bull market, right? So I don't know. It depends on your strategy. If you just want to be a hodler and never sell, right? Then just don't look at your portfolio, right? Just, you know, go with the wind, right? You guys know, I mean, just always remind yourself of the end goal in crypto. You know, if you're a long-term hodler and don't plan on selling any of your portfolio, then just look at this monthly chart, right? And then just see how it's just a continuation up. It does have its ebbs and flows, like we've always said. It has its ebbs and flows in the market, but historically, the trend is always up, and I can see this continuing. I don't see this stopping. I still think we're early. Now, we're not early, right? But I still think we're relatively early for this asset class. So, yeah, that's why I'm always holding 30% of my portfolio in crypto and never selling 30% of my portfolio, personally. And then the profits that I do take on the way up will be to reinvest back in whenever we do have the next pullback, whenever it does come. And no one really knows. And then I won't be selling until those targets hit. So if for whatever reason this ends up being a dead cat bounce, right? It just means I have to wait a little bit longer to take profits. That's fine, right? That's fine to me. I'm not selling until my targets get hit. My crypto is all for my nephew and niece's college fund. They are 4 and 6. Nice, Javai. There you go, man. What is a bear market for sure? What if in November Walmart announces, then an ETF announced, possibly it doesn't end? Then that's fine. That's fine, man. I'll be cool with 30% of my portfolio still in. I'll be cool with that. But you know, obviously crypto is awesome. I have other goals I want to do in life, right? It's not like I'm going to be taking profits and holding it in fiat. No, not doing that. Not doing that. But real estate, you know, real estate's something I could see being pretty big coming up here. Hopefully, I mean, and hopefully this housing market comes back down. But you know, that's the risk you take, I guess. Paying your siblings' kids' college, yeah, that's true too. Which top 3 coins would you hold for the month of September? Top 3 coins? That's like pulling a hay out of a haystack, man. I'm not the type of guy who's going to be making altcoin predictions, right? I think the people that make altcoin predictions, I don't mean to burst you guys' bubble, but you know, a lot of times when they say, oh, this these are my top 3 picks. They pump because they say they're the top 3 picks. It's not because the coins, it's not like they know something behind the scenes, right? It's most of the time it's because they're telling their followers to buy this coin, right? So then it pumps, especially the bigger channels. But yeah, I'm not in that position to tell you which altcoin is going to outperform the other ones. What I would say is just look for the ones that haven't really pumped yet, right? I think those ones will definitely outperform everything else. So like Matic's one we looked at earlier. You know, there's coins out there that haven't really pumped just yet. I think Aave is one of them. Hasn't really gone yet. There's a few. Jeez. All right, guys. I used to work property management. I want nothing to do with real estate other than my house. Yeah, that's true. So a lot of my family does real estate and they enjoy it. So I could have a lot of help in that aspect. So I'm excited for it. Eventually. We'll see what happens though. It could be a couple months, could be a couple years down the road. Who knows, right? All right, guys. I'm going to get off. I got to go grocery shopping. I got to do some laundry. Typical day stuff. I'll be back tonight between 7 and 10 Eastern Standard Time. Good to have you. We're live for like hour and a half today in the morning. Pretty nice our morning stream today. Didn't get the same result we wanted for Bitcoin, but nonetheless, I think this is a nice little pullback we're getting, which could set us up for a nice little pumpy going into tonight. All right, so catch you guys later. Thanks for hanging out, and I will see you guys later. Peace out, Cub Scouts.